Hello everybody, this is the Bulldozer. Thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. Well, here we go, folks. We got another challenge that we had back in Season 6, and it is you got to ring a doorbell while an opponent is inside. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this and make it extremely easy. And my method, it doesn't get no easier than this. Now, what you're looking at is a little chart that I put together, and it took me a while to put this together, but I went across the entire map, folks, the entire map, checked every house out that I could find, every building that I thought that there was just a small chance that there might be a doorbell on. And what you're seeing is every red thumbs down, there was no doorbell found at that location. Every green thumbs up, there was at least one doorbell found there. Alright? Now, Pleasant Park and Retail Row, you see that there is a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Because that means there was at least one building that had a doorbell and one building that did not have a doorbell at that same location. Now, the two locations I'm going to show you in this video is Pleasant Park and Salty Springs. Because those two locations are really popular drop points. And your main location is going to be Pleasant Park. And when I show you that location, you're going to understand why. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into this video. And first thing, I want to show you a small clip back from Season 6 on how I completed this challenge. Here's that clip. By watching people's live streams and stuff, I've seen a lot of people complain about having issues, about not knowing people are in the buildings and stuff. Here's my strategy. Go into the middle of a map, stay in the air as long as possible, and watch for somebody to land on top of the rooftop. You got a guy busting through the roof right there, land and ring the doorbell. It's that simple, folks. It's literally that simple. You want to play solo mode so you know anybody else that's on the map, if they're busting through the rooftop, you can land in front of that house as long as you know what house has the doorbell. And that's what the purpose of this video is. I'm going to show you what house has the doorbell. The person just went through there. I'm going to land in front. Now, this was back with the Halloween event. They put a hell bell in front of the doorbell, which made it a little complicated. I run the doorbell. It was that simple. Here's the third one. Yeah, I'm just hanging around. See, I'm seeing this person land on top of the rooftop right here. So I'm playing solo mode, so I know as soon as he busts through, I'm good to go. I'm going to land right there by the door and ring the doorbell. This challenge is really, really that easy, folks. But some people was having problems with it because they would wait to hear somebody. You don't need to wait to hear nobody. Let's go ahead and get started. Here is Salty Springs. And as you noticed, you see 5 thumbs up. Every house at this location has a doorbell on it. Okay? This is the reason why this is one of the locations I picked, because you can hang out in the air, look for somebody to land, and go to the front of the house and ring the doorbell, folks. 5 houses at this location has a doorbell. This is the second to the best spot in the game. They're kind of close together, so you can make your maneuver to which way you want to go to. Really simple. Now here, I'll go ahead and I'll show you the location of every one of these doorbells. Okay, I'm going to toss this map in the upper left hand corner with the thumbs on it as we move through Salty Springs. and you can take a look at all the houses where the doorbells are located at. Here's our first one. You can see the doorbell is located on the left-hand side. Move up to this next house. And again, the doorbell is located on the left-hand side. And right across the street, the doorbell is located on the right-hand side. We're going to go down the street, and also that doorbell is located on the right-hand side. We're going to go around the corner and down the street, and this doorbell is located on the right-hand side. Now, either take and write this down, keep this map up, or do whatever you want with it. You know, if you got a computer, pull this video up on your computer, take a snapshot of the map. Go back earlier when I had the full picture of the map up, and take a snapshot of it, and put an L or an R by each one of those thumbs, so you know where it's at. So when you're coming down, because chances are, I mean, every now and then you might hit a door where nobody else is there. Then you might also be coming down to a door where there might be multiple people there, like you saw in my video. So which made it a little more complicated to hit that doorbell. So again, you don't necessarily have to do that, but just another tip that might make it just a little easier for you. So let's go ahead and jump over to Pleasant Park, where it's my #1 choice on where to go, because the area is a lot more spread out and real easy for you to make your circle in the middle of the map, and easier to just drop on any house, as opposed to Salty Springs, where everything is a lot closer together. Here's Pleasant Park. You can already see why I select this as the #1 spot to go to complete this challenge. There is 7 houses here and 1 house that doesn't have a doorbell. 7, folks. And when these weekly challenges come out and you get something like this, like let's say, open chest at Pleasant Park, it's going to get a ton of activity. And as wide open as this is, it's almost like a horseshoe. Really, it is. If you think about it, it's like a horseshoe. You got the soccer field in the middle, and the house is on the outside. You can literally hover around in the middle of this area, and when you see somebody just landing on a rooftop, head to the front door. Because by the time you land, they're going to already bust through the rooftop, and that's all it takes for them to bust through the rooftop. You ring the doorbell, you've got 1 of the 3 done. Because you got to do these in 3 different matches. You can't go from one house to another house to another house. It has to be done in 3 different matches. It would just be way too easy if you can do it in 3 different matches, and 3 of them in the same game. But yeah, you can clearly see how this is the #1 place to go. And just so you know exactly which house you don't go to, the key telltale sign here is look at the brown trail behind the house with the thumbs down sign. It leads right to that house. It's literally right behind that house. So when you're in the air and you see that brown trail, you know right away that house does not have a doorbell. Now let's go ahead and I'll take you down to the ground, and we'll go to each house, and you can see the doorbell on each house. Okay, I'll do the same thing. I'll throw the picture with the thumbs on it in the upper left hand corner. Let's go down and find out where the doorbells are, so you know exactly when you land on these houses. You can see this one is located on the right hand side of the door. And this one is also on the right hand side of the door. And this one's on the left hand side of the door. And that one's on the left also. Now this is the house that doesn't have a doorbell on it. Now, just so in case anybody says, well, it might be on the back side, none of the houses have doorbells on the back of them. They are all on the front of the houses. And I'll show you the back of the ones we just looked at, so you know that, you know, they don't have doorbells on the back. Just in case anybody thinks that, you know, you'll know that right away. Again, back where we left off at. That one there is on the left-hand side of the door. And that's the house that doesn't have one. Go across the street, and that one's on the right-hand side of the door. Got the gas station there. It's a house with a cellar. That one's located on the right-hand side of the door. Now this one here is located at the top of the steps, up by these bushes, right there. And that is all of the doorbells for Pleasant Park. Again, very, very simple. I think this is, it should be your #1 location to go to, folks. Try it out. I don't think you would go wrong with this. I don't recall all these buildings having doorbells on them last season. I think these houses have had doorbells put on them. But it kind of makes me curious, you know, some of these houses have doorbells. Why wouldn't they put the doorbell on that one house? Now, I understand some houses that, you know, they might have a blown up roof, or, you know, the walls are blown out, there's no door on it. So if there's no door on it, why have a doorbell on it? You just walk right in. But there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with the house, so why wouldn't they put a doorbell on it? Doesn't make no sense to me. But let me go ahead and put up the map of all of the places I went to again. And here's that map again. You know, you might want to take a screenshot of this, just because the fact, depending on what game mode you're playing, if you're not going to play solo, and you know, you might want to try to do these challenges while you work on other challenges, which is totally reasonable to do. You know, depend on the path of the bus. You know, you could find yourself way north or way south. So if you find yourself way south, you know, there left a Lucky Landing might be a spot if you're lucky enough to have somebody else go there also. Then you got Snobby Shores. You got, you know, 3 spots there also, which is also close to Pleasant Park. You got Tomato Temple. You got Paradise Palms. So then you know Shifty Shafts. There's a location, and there's two other locations south of that. You know, we got one there left of Fatal Fields. What really surprises me is, you know, a lot of these common areas. You think even with the, I mean, I understand it's like a business or whatever, but I've seen businesses with doorbells. I have, and because some places, you know, they'll want you to ring their doorbell to let them in, you know, but I don't understand that. And like even in Lucky Landing, you know, there are apartments there, and there was no doorbells that I found there. Now, one thing I do want to point out, that even though I went to all these locations, there could still be other locations on this map, because, you know, there is, like, if you look there at Salty Springs, there's a part of that map there to the right that either I didn't see anything or I might have forgot, because it took me a long time to go through this whole area, folks. It really did. I tried to go over as much as possible. And I know there, right above Polar Peak, in that little water area, that everything that was in that location is underwater, frozen water. So, again, I know I did forget to go to that little section, which I know, actually, no, I didn't. The 2 houses south of Snobby Shores, to the left of that thumb, where the pirate ship is what I always call it, right there on the edge. Yeah, that's those houses are blown up, so there's no doorbells there. I just didn't put a check mark there. But and Frosty Flights, that is a hangar. So hangars, there is no doorbells at any place you pick up an airplane at. The little red buildings where the zip line's at, that's not necessarily mean it's a hangar, but it's like the little sheds. There's no doorbells at. I did notice that there is like keypads on there that you can't do anything with. Maybe that might be something in the near future they might do something with, that they might activate, that you might have to do something with. Really, that's only the tips I can give you. I was kind of shocked that there's 2 buildings in Welling Woods, and neither one of them had doorbells on them. You had the old building that was there, then the new building for Season 7, and neither one of them had doorbells on them. And then you had the little cabins that was in Welling Woods that didn't have doorbells on them. So I don't know, but there you have it, folks. Again, I think the best place to go to would be Salty Springs and Pleasant Park. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. And this is just yet more proof of a lot more videos coming my way, or coming your way, I should say. I'm sorry, it is very early. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning my time. I'm putting this video together. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you smash that notifications bell so you know when I upload my next video. Again, thank you for your time. This is the Bulldozer. Get your killing on, and I'm out of here.